What's up, folks? We cooking today. I gotta feed the cat. Kitty, got wet food. Kitty, kitty. Yeah, yeah. The wet food. Once a day wet food. What are we making today? Filet mignon. I love my local grocery store. We call it a place called Winco, and Winco has cheap meat. It tastes great. Don't mind my cowlick. I'm going to get a haircut on Veterans Day. I get a free haircut on Veterans Day. So, we're making filet mignon, fried plantain with some jerk seasoning. Where, if I can find it, where's my jerk? Where are you at, you jerk? There you go. Oh, that's adobo. That's not jerk seasoning. Where's the jerk seasoning? I think I have some somewhere. Don't I? I could swear I do. Maybe I don't. Or is it jerk adobo? No. I don't know. Maybe I don't. It'll be good without it. Whatever. Thought I had jerk seasoning. Plantain, filet mignon. That's bacon grease from a batch of bacon I made. And I'm going to saute the rest of these onions that I have. Which means I need to put the butter in there. The onions from when I made the gumbo. The other half of that onion. Don't waste stuff, or try not to. You know, put a little bit of butter in that oil. I know it's all hot. It's so hot. I salted this steak for 24 hours, so it's going to be extra delicious. Plantain, sauteed onion, which is going to go on the steak, and I'm going to fry 2 eggs. And I'm going to do all of that in this one pan, except for the onions. I'll make the onions in this one over here. Once this calms down, chill, bruh. The onions are going to have to cook a little bit longer than most of the other stuff, but I got to cut that real quick. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell y'all what we're going to talk about today. Because it's some stuff, you know, just some stuff that I've noticed online, and it's not, this one isn't going to be me ragging on liberals or anything like that. This one's mostly just people complain too much is what it is. People complain about things that have nothing to do with them, and it's just, why are y'all doing that? You don't need to do that. You don't need to complain about stuff that has nothing to do with you. Case in point, I think the last video, I mentioned this whole thing with New York. Zoran Mandani, I guess was his name. Muslim guy. Seems, you know, he's all smiley. Fake politician smile. That's what that is. And people are worshiping this dude. Liberals are. Like he's like their Lord and Savior or something. It's New York. 99% of the people that are offended by this guy being the mayor or are worshiping him as mayor do not live in New York. And therefore, this guy has nothing to do with you. Why are you complaining about it? Well, I know some people are like, well, socialism is winning and we're being invaded. You know, they forgot. Whole 9/11 thing, we were attacked by a Muslim terrorist group, yes. I'm very aware of that. But here's the thing. I don't think that's what he is. Now, you might not like his policies. I don't agree with... I'm Bernie Sanders guy. Look, he's a Democratic Socialist. It happens. You know, they're the same kind of person, right? Let's put this steak in here. This is hot enough. This is going to sizzle. Oh, man, that's going to be crusty. In a good way. So, like I said, this Zoran Mamdani guy, he seems like a swindler, which is what most politicians seem like to me. So not too far off. I don't think that he's the savior of New York, because the same policies that he is going to enforce is what made New York such an unlivable place in the first place. But 99% of the people that are complaining about this have never even been to New York. I used to work in New York every day. But I'm still not going to complain about it because what does that have to do with me out here in Utah? Nothing. Has nothing to do with me. So don't complain about things that have nothing to do with you. Zohran Mamdani got elected in New York because New York is full of foreign people and it's full of minorities. I've been waiting on that Gatorade. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. That's New York. That's always been New York. So, I probably should have been timing that. Oh well. We'll give it about 4 more minutes. 6:36. And we'll flip that steak. So, that's that. You know? I just don't see the point in complaining about anything like that has nothing to do with you. What are you going to do about nothing? You're not going to do anything about it if you don't live in New York. Now, if you live in New York and you don't like that, yeah, you're probably wanting to move out of New York now. Why were you there in the first place with that $5,000 rent? That's crazy to me. That's insane. New York was already unlivable before this guy became mayor. And I think that's the tactic because he's all like, I'm going to fix it. I'll make New York great. Make New York great again. I don't pay attention to it that much. I don't really know what he said. The burp. I don't know what he said. And I don't really care. Because, again, nothing to do with me. It's the same. So that's the conservative side. They're all complaining about Mamdani in New York. What's the liberal side of this? The whole thing with the White House, how Trump is like remodeling and tore down the East Wing of the White House. And liberals are losing their minds. Why? How many of you complaining about this have ever even been to the White House? Have you? I don't think you've been to the White House. I used to live near D.C. I never went to the White House. I went to all the other museums because they're free. And that's fun. You know, it's fun. But why are you complaining so much? You've never even seen the White House in person. You've never even been to the East Wing. You probably didn't even know that the East Wing was a thing until Trump touched it. And then you're like, oh, he's an evil man. And let's go and talk about Snap. Still shut down. Everybody's calling Trump evil and cruel. Every president has done this. I swear, every president, Democrat and Republican, has had a shutdown. And it's because Republicans and Democrats can never agree on anything when they're trying to come up with the fiscal budget. And that's when the shutdown happens. All the time. I see people complaining and trying to blame the other side. It's both of them. Republicans and Democrats don't care about you. So why are you worshiping them? That is the problem. You're worshiping these Democrats and you're worshiping these Republicans. These are people that would burn your house down and sell it to foreigners and laugh about it. Gavin Newsom. You knew I was coming, didn't you? So I remember, this is extra funny. The Zohran Mamdani thing. So he's Muslim, right? Let's put these plantains in there. I don't know how long these are supposed to cook. Hopefully I can flip them. I don't know. We're going to see if I mess this up or not. That bacon grease is hot. Oh, shit. So he's Muslim, right? Which means, and he's liberal, super liberal, progressive, socialist, democratic, whatever. So feminists are like fawning over this guy. And then they discovered that he and his girlfriend met on Hinge or something like that, like not long before he became mayor or something. And liberals are all like fawning over it, feminists included, right? This guy's Muslim. Muslims don't date feminists. So he made this post about his wife, or I think it was his wife that made the post or something like that, about submitting to a man. And you would think that the feminists would like lose their shit and go after this woman and try to crucify her and cancel her. No, they're praising her. When did this happen? So you're okay with submitting to a man if he's the super liberal mayor of New York? That sounds like hypergamy to me. That sounds like you let politics dictate your entire life. You can't make it up. The fact that liberals or feminists are frothing at the mouth for all this stuff, it's hilarious. And I made that comment on a post on Facebook. And this one dude, I don't know. I hope it was a bot, because if somebody's that dumb, there's a problem. But this one dude started spouting off all this stuff, calling me a Trump supporter, telling me I supported pedophile. I don't know. It was just a bunch of rambling, maniacal nonsense. I mean, he was typing paragraphs. And I'm just like, you need to stop worshiping politicians. That's the problem. That is the whole problem. And he just kept on going. Kept on going. And as much as I was like, I'm not a conservative, my guy. I just called out some stupid, hypocritical bullshit. That doesn't mean I'm conservative. It means I pay attention to stupidity. Oh, they're flipping. They're looking like fried plantains, except it tastes like the ones I've had. It's not going to be as good as the Jamaican ones I've had at the restaurants. I can't find that here. There's no good Jamaican restaurant. I love Jamaican food, by the way. Peruvian, we've got Peruvian here. Peruvian is similar to Jamaican for some reason. I don't know why. I guess they had the same kind of food. But anyway. Let me flip my steak one more time. Anyway. So yeah, this guy kept just going on and calling me a far-right fascist just for saying, hey, it's hypocritical to love the fact that this woman's submitting to a man when you're a feminist, because don't you harp on all that all the time? How no one should submit to a man? I don't know, man. You can't make it up. You can't. They make themselves look stupid constantly because they are stupid. Constantly. Knock that off because my steak's going to have to sit on that when it's done. I'm not timing this steak, so we'll see how it turns out. Actually, I can temp it. See what happens. Probably should throw this 101. No, it's got a ways to go. I should have let that bacon grease warm up a little more. But that's fine. But back to the moral of the story. On top of calling out the hypocrisy of the left, which I do a lot. I don't believe that you should complain about things you have no control over or can't change. Because what are you going to do about it? Nothing. And if you are complaining about something without having a solution, then all you're doing is bitching. Complaining is not the same as bitching. Complaining, to me, I'll complain about stuff, but usually I won't complain about something unless I have a solution or if I have a way to get away from even having to worry about it. Like, okay, I'll complain about traffic if it's bad some days. What can I do about that? Just go a different way. Get out of the traffic. Or just deal with it. I'm not going to sit there in the traffic and bitch about it. Because what am I going to do? Nothing. And if you're complaining about something that has nothing to do with you or that you can't change, then you're bitching. And if you're bitching, you're a problem. It's like the video I made about the SNAP benefits being shut down and everybody's complaining about it. The solution to that, if you can work, is get a job. It's easy. Get a job. Stop complaining, Becky. Get a job. I think these plantains are done, y'all. Take them out because what we're going to do is smash them. Get a job, Becky. And oh, I saw all these people. They're trying to make this was an AI video. Some liberal page made an AI video of Trump supporters standing in line for SNAP benefits or at food banks. I'm like, it's so obviously AI. And all these dumb liberal people were commenting, not realizing that it was AI. And I'm sure that there's conservative pages that do this. I just don't see them as much because I comment making fun of liberals on their own pages too much, and that's what the algorithm shows me. But it's just wild to me. All right, there we go. Time for the eggs. Time for the eggs. Yes, sir. Whoop. Turn this off. But they're making AI videos in an attempt to push their own narrative. Now, what y'all know, I have a big problem with AI, and that's part of the reason, is that it can be used to further divide our country and reinforce made-up rhetoric. Because it was like, oh, this is a food bank in Kansas. And these people voted for Trump, and now they're in the food bank. Kansas won by 60% votes. And I'm just like, that's an AI video that you made of Trump supporters all looking like zombies. And it's a fake video. So I'm looking at that like, you're now openly lying to everyone, which you've been doing forever, but now you're using video to convince people that don't realize that it's AI. And, well, that's propaganda. Remember, I hate that word, but that's what that is. That is propaganda. How am I going to smash these things? With my spatula, I guess. Let's do that. Let's try that. I guess this is how you do it. I don't know. Smashed plantain. Chill out, egg. I think my steak's done. I don't know. I just think that's dangerous. When you started using AI to push a fake narrative to convince people that you're not lying. And people that don't realize it's AI are going to believe whatever that fake video says, right? What do you think the implication of that would be? When you can just straight up lie and have people believe whatever you said. Start making videos of the president saying certain things. Start making videos of Mom Donnie in New York City saying certain things that he actually didn't. Whether you agree with them or not, I don't believe in lying. Because that is very dangerous. Let's put this steak. My plantains. We're going to put a little seasoning on those. If it even needs it. Probably not. Whew. That's hot and spicy. Well, not really spicy, but you know what I mean. A little bit of my onion on the steak. But I you know, obviously if we start using AI to lie to people, then you can have videos of powerful figures saying whatever they want to say. Or using it to not just lie to people, but twist a narrative. that can start wars. That can divide people. That can start fights. I just don't. I'm scared of that. Legitimately, I'm scared of that. I do not want that to happen. But I think it will. It actually is happening. Hey, will you calm down? I'm going to get my egg out of there whether you like it or not, Grease. Mr. Grease. Ooh, that's a fried egg. That's good. That's good. Oh my God. That's going to be tasty. So, I don't know, man. Like, how do we keep that? You just got to keep yourself educated, I guess, you know? Just keep yourself educated. And don't allow this stuff to poison your mind. Let's go with that adobo. Let's see what that'll taste like on there. Just a little bit, though. Don't allow that to poison your mind and convince you of things that aren't actually true. Maybe I need to make a video about how you can spot AI and not fall victim to it. So anyway, look at that. That's going to be tasty. That's going to be very good. I'm not going to taste it yet, though, because I got to take a picture. All right, y'all. That's it for today.